Hey y'all, Bloodwing here, back to bring some grumpiness to your internet. Welcome back to Redneck Radio, the live stream where today, considering we just had Thanksgiving, you get an extra healthy side helping of leftover turkey sandwiches. And for an extra added bonus, brown the turkey in a skillet before you make sandwich out of it. Mmm, delicious. As you can see at the moment, I'm by myself, and that's by design, not because I couldn't find guests. Is this? I thought I'd spend the first little bit of the stream uh, just catching up, and just me talking to you guys because I haven't done that for a while. Um, Alex will very likely be along for the second half. And of course, Monkey always gets a link, and if he can show up, he will. So there may be that, but for the first little bit, I just wanted it to just be me talking to you guys, just a little one-on-one, if you will. And so, hello everybody in the chat. Hello, Jen, Sheagrath, Duck Dog, Ebony, Havoc, Neckersol, Mike Savage, and of course, my daughter, Mama Minnie, Jim Beam. This is Kyle. Yes, Mama Minnie, I know you made homemade pecan pie. I saw a picture of it, and it looked very good. And Kiever Dam, and if Owen Harmon, if I've missed anybody, I'm sorry. Attack Alpaca. Um, I'm old and I don't see so good. I'm sorry. Before I get too much further, I do want to give an update on the channel because I'm sure you all will be interested in that. Hey, Pat. As far as the channel goes, as you all are well aware, my streaming schedule has just been shot to heck since I went back to work. And Ebony, it's fine. I'm going to talk about that just a little bit because I feel like I've spent too much time the last couple of streams talking about going back to work. But it was a big event in my life, so you'll forgive me if that's been the case. But and yes, Owen Harmon, Mama Minnie is a pretty good cook. I enjoy her cooking. However, and my youngest daughter's no shab either. That's where we spent Thanksgiving Day, but we'll talk more about that. Anyway, as far as the streaming schedule, this coming week, there will be a stream on Tuesday and Thursday, which we haven't had for a while because of me working. However, next Saturday, there will not be a stream because I have to work. And that's probably going to be the case from here on out. We're probably going to be good to get 2 streams a week out, and for more reasons than just my schedule. I recently received an email from StreamYards, and you all know I've been a huge supporter of StreamYards. I appreciate their product. I really like it and everything. But I was informed that they are now instituting a 20-hour-a-month limit for free accounts, which I'm on a free account, and I could in that for that limit by subscribing, and they offered me a deal which was a very good deal actually per month, but I just don't have the money. My money would be better spent elsewhere. So I'm absolutely for supporting companies that I like their product and everything, and I would have no problem if I had it giving money to StreamYards. But I just don't have it. I have other things to put my money on right now, especially with the holidays coming up. And so I'm going to have to keep my schedule below 20 hours a month. But honestly, with my work schedule, that's probably not going to be an issue. And that's only 2 streams less than I was doing when I was doing 3 streams a week. So it's not going to be that big of an effect on us. I think my schedule, which rotates, by the way, my schedule this week will not be the same as next week and won't be the same as the week after. It rotates each week. the days that I have to work. Um, Real quick, thank you, Attack Alpaca, for the Streamlabs donation. I'm thankful for all the usual stuff, family, health, etc. But this year, I'm extra thankful that the Bills beat the Cowboys on Thanksgiving. Let's go Buffalo! Yeah, that was quite a deal, dude. I remember saying, "Really?" when I heard that. Michael Weiner, hello, and glad to see you because I do have an update on Redneck Trek as well. If you remember the last stream, um, Pat, the Cowboys fan, bite me. Sorry, buddy. Sorry. But I promised that there would be a Redneck Trek this week, and there will. However, it's not going to be tomorrow. I have to work tomorrow, for one thing. For the second, I told you I already had the footage already filmed or recorded. I went to record my voiceovers, opened up, and it's corrupted. So I'm going to have to re-record it and then record my voiceovers. Now, OBJ Hickenlooper is by design a big mouth. So when I record him, I talk much louder than I do normally. And I talk loud anyway. But because of that, if my wife's home and asleep, it wakes her up. So the only time I've really got to record for Redneck Trek is when she's at work. So we're probably looking at Tuesday. I promised by Tuesday, and probably about the same time, about 5:30 Eastern Standard Time, I will have the new episode out. If you're not able to make the premiere because a weekday doesn't work for that time, don't worry about it. I get it. I understand. Watch it later. Watch it later. But it won't be tomorrow because of, circumstances. And that'll probably be the case for the weeks that I do have to work Sunday. It makes it a little tough. Mama Minnie says, so what you're saying is you'll be shouting instead of what you call talking. Yes, Mama Minnie, and I only let you get away with talking about that because you talk as loud as I do, and you know it. Eh? The only kid I got that doesn't talk loud is J Kid. You girls are big mouths just like me. But yeah, it's hey Seamus Derby. It's it is going to happen. I promised it will happen and will happen. It just won't happen tomorrow. And I apologize for that, but things do happen. I could have re-recorded it when I found out last night. Last night's when I found out because I was going to come home from work and record the voiceover. But I was so tired after work. There was no way I was going to be able to record the footage and then record the voiceover after and probably not get done until after midnight. I was just way too tired. Last night was a nightmare at where I worked. I've mentioned before, it's a smoke shop, but a big, huge chunk of our income, of our revenue there comes from selling lottery. And one of the reasons for that is because we're one of the few places in town that will sell lottery, will allow you to buy lottery with a debit card. And the lottery printer goofed up yesterday. It jammed, and I fixed the jam, and it worked for a little bit, and it jammed again. And I fixed the jam, and it worked for a little bit, and it jammed about 6 times before I finally got it to work. And understand that every time it jammed, it was because somebody was trying to buy lottery, and I had them waiting on me to get it done and to give me money. I was so worried it was going to screw up my count at the end of the night. But thankfully, it didn't count any of them that it didn't actually print off. And I was able, if it did print any off, that it goofed up, I was able to figure out how to get it to reprint that for them. So, but it was just a nightmare. God, I was tired dealing with all that. Hey, Cynical. But anyway, yeah, I'm sorry. I apologize. I was just too tired once I found out that it was screwed up to re-record it last night. So But I am off Tuesday and Thursday this week, so there will be streams on those days. I just won't be able to stream next Saturday because I have to be at work at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So wanted to catch you all up. Hope my American friends had a good holiday, had a good Thanksgiving. I did. I had a really good Thanksgiving. Not only did I eat a lot, but I got to spend some time with my youngest daughter and my son, J Kid, and play with there was at least half my grandkids there. 4 of them were there, and got to play with them quite a lot. So that's always fun. My youngest, if you want some cuteness in life here, I'll tell you something. The youngest of the kids, who will be 2 next week, not next month, next week, started playing this game with me where she would kiss me on the lips and then she'd kiss me on each cheek one at a time. But she had to turn my face, because if I tried to turn my face for her, she'd grab me by both sides of the face and make me look whichever direction she wanted me to do. And it was just hilarious. I was just laughing so hard because she'd kiss me on the lips, then she'd kiss me on one cheek, then she'd turn my face and kiss me on the other cheek, and then rinse and repeat. And this went on for like, I don't know, half hour, 40 minutes. While we were there, but it did have a good time. I enjoyed myself. When Harmon asks, have I ever deep fried a turkey? I really want to try it. I have not. However, Owen, I'll give you this big, you may know this, but be sure it's entirely thawed out if you buy a frozen turkey before you try to do it. Because if there's any part of it frozen, the hot oil will explode everywhere. It's a mess and dangerous. So do make sure that turkey is completely thawed before you try deep frying it, please. But yeah, had a good time, ate quite a bit. She fixed a turkey and a ham. We left the turkey there, but the wife and I brought what was left of the ham home with us, so we're still eating on leftover ham, which is okay by me. Mommy says, incoming Thanksgiving pictures for you, Dad. Sorry, no, send them. The people in the chat will just have to ignore the alert sound. If you guys hear drum rolls in the background, it's her sending pictures. Yeah, Cannibal Caretaker says also make sure the skin is completely dried. Exactly. Yeah. And deep fried outside. Havoc. Exactly. Yes. Don't attempt it inside. But yeah, I hear it makes a very good turkey. I have not done it. Now, what I do, and I'm doo-doo. He said doo-doo. What I do is, as I mentioned earlier in the stream, with leftover turkey, I will brown the pieces in a skillet before I make a sandwich out of it. And oh my gosh, that is delicious. And yes, Pat, I did see the burnt turkey tweet. That thing was, well, you'll excuse the way I put this, but it was blacker than you are. It was black. I don't know how they did that, because it didn't look wrinkled up like it might be if it was burnt. I don't know. Mama Minnie says, I had an awesome Thanksgiving. Day after was chaos. Boyfriend's daughter tried to cut her finger off, stitches for her. Well, that's not good. Tell her to stop that. Kyler says, my brother-in-law brined and smoked a turkey. Boy, yeah, that sounds good too. Yeah, that thing was Mr. Popo Black. It was. Like, how did they do that? But I'm already starting to feel my voice start to go. And when I get tired, and I'm really tired, when I get tired, I do get hoarse. I don't know why that is. Pat, are you working? I'll send you a link if you want to come on and maybe share the load of talking. But it's up to you. If you're working or you're busy, dude, don't be afraid to say no. I always worry about that when I invite people on. I'm always afraid that they say yes just because they're afraid to tell me no. And I don't want that to happen. But just call him Mr. Head. Or horse is a horse, you know. Yeah. That's good. Okay, Pat, give me a second. I'll send you the link. Y'all know me. I can't do two things at once. So I'm just jabbering nonsense while I'm trying to find Pat on Twitter. And it's sent. It's sent. All right. All right. But yeah, it was a very good Thanksgiving for me. Certainly have lots to be thankful for. I think sometimes we all lose sight of the things that we can certainly be thankful for in our life. But I was thankful to be able to at least spend time with some of my family Thursday. Also, earlier Thursday, I drove out to the home that my dad is in and gave him a visit, which was interesting. He spent the whole first half of the visit trying to pick a fight. But that's a symptom of his dementia. He's mean as a snake. And finally had to tell him, Dad, I'm not out here to fight. That's not what I'm here to do. But when I got him distracted, I got him talking about all the cars that he had over the years, and that got him distracted. It actually turned into a good visit. So, and with Dad, anytime you want to get him distracted, get him talking about the cars he's owned over the years, because he's had some good ones. He actually owned a 1958 Chevy in 1958. So, yeah. And if you're a car person, you know how classic that car is. But it turned into a decent visit. And I was thankful for that. He kicked like a mule and bit like a crocodile. Yeah. He, unfortunately, because of Dad's dementia, it's made him mean. He always had a mean side. By mean, I mean sarcastic. He was always a very sarcastic individual. But with his, as so often happens with elderly people, the dementia does tend to make them mean. But I got him distracted, and it turned out all right. And then they brought his Thanksgiving dinner, and that gave me the out that I needed to get home and get over to my daughter's house. But there we are. Hey, Pat, how you doing?
Hey, what's going on? No?
Same old. Just trying to hold on to what little bits left in my voice. I don't know why it suddenly started to go. My gosh, too many cigarettes, I'm sure, plays a part.
Oh, it's been a great day this morning. Like I said, so I woke up, like I said, got me a little something, getting ready for the OSU game later on and things like that. And I was on earlier, a couple hours ago with P-Dog Night.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I seen he was streaming, and I almost went over to check it out, but I decided for a nap instead. I said, should I nap or go over to talk to P? Because I love P-Dog. I've been on his stream before. My body said, no, you want a nap.
And usually when I'm catching them, I am at work, and in the process of it.
Yeah. I actually slept in shamelessly to 9 o'clock this morning. That's late for me. That's real late. So But yeah, about the time he started streaming, I guess it was about 12:30, 12:45 or so. I said, nah, I need a nap about now. But I was, what day was it? Oh, it was the day before Thanksgiving. I got up at 7 o'clock because my body's used to getting up at that time to go get the grandkids and take them to school. I'm like, are you kidding me? So I got up, ate me something, smoked a cigarette, went back to bed, and slept until like 10:30. I'm like, wow, I never do that.
That's just like, when your body is so used to get up at a certain time, even if it's a day off, it's like you're up. I'm always like that all the time, man. What, like 3 o'clock
Yep.
on the
Yep. And that's why I have to I generally keep myself up to at least 11:30 or midnight. And that may sound late to some people when I have to get up at 6:45. But it is the old saw that when you get older, you don't need as much sleep is very true. I found that out the hard way because I got old. And I only live off of 6 hours sleep is about average for me. Even if I can sleep longer, I don't. Because at about the 6 hour mark, my body's going, you better get up or I'm going to make you regret it.
I think my schedule right now is kind of like me. It's like, it's like I wake up at 3 o'clock. I do like my, I do like my daily work right there. I get off around 1 o'clock. Thing is, when I come to the house, I try to make myself go to sleep because I try to get up around, 7, 8 o'clock, like usually like on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, that's like my wrestling. And plus, I'm trying to stay up to watch Lords of the Night and Minions. But it's like that's what I'm doing. Like most of the time, I'm just trying to come in, trying to get the nap in before that time when they come on. But sometimes it don't work. Like I try to go to sleep, but I don't. Then it's like, all right, then I'm just gonna stay up. And 6 o'clock rolls around, soup, I'm out.
Yeah. Yeah, you mentioned that. It reminds me where I work at. There's a guy that we just call him Bubby. I don't know what his real name is, but we call him Bubby. And I'm not sure really what's wrong with him because he's not exactly normal. And most people can't even understand him because he sounds. You remember Boomhauer from King of the Hill? He sounds like that on speed.
Oh no!
It's like his mind gets ahead of his, and he just and that's all you hear. But once you start to learn to understand him, and he's a huge wrestling fan, and he'll hold his arm up and grab his forearm, smack his forearm, and he's talking about wrestling when he does that. And he always wears a T-shirt with Roman Reigns as his guy.
Oh, Roman, the big dog.
So he always wears a Roman Reigns T-shirt everywhere.
That's my mom.
But he hangs out in the shop all the time, and he helps us out. And for helping us out once in a while, the manager just will buy him. He smokes those filtered cigars, so she just lets him get those, and she'll pay for them, kind of thing. But he'll come in and help us put the truck away on Friday, and he also, I think, he works washing dishes at the bar next door, and he's just a really nice guy. But there's something wrong, and he's not exactly normal, and I'm not sure exactly what's wrong with him. We just call him Bubby. Hey, Bub. And he's when I walk in, because he knows that we have to card people that are 40 or under. So when I walk in, teasing, he's got a great sense of humor. Once you start to understand him, I walk in, he goes, "You 40? You 40?" And he's laughing. I said, "Yeah, Bub, I'm 40." He goes, "You old man?" I said, "Yeah, I'm old man." I'm an old man. I'm 40 plus 20. But it just reminded me of that because he's huge. Because on Fridays, he's in a hurry to get out. He comes over to help us put that truck away, and then he's got to get home wrestling. He says, home now. And he'll start smacking his forearm, and he's going to go home, watch wrestling. Home now.
Got to get that smack down.
Yeah. So, but Bub's a good guy. I get the feeling a lot of people pick at him because they think that he's retarded. And he's not retarded. There's just something wrong with him. I don't know if he's had a stroke or what, but Good guy. Uh, Kyler says, I know what you mean. Any more than 6 to 7 hours, I wake up sore and grouchy as heck. Yeah, same here. Anything more than 6 hours, I get up and my body is killing me.
Oh yeah, that oversleep guy.
Yeah. Although last night I was so tired, and this is the second time it's happened since I went back to work, because I have to wear a name tag at work, and it's got my company logo on it, got my name on it. And I tell people it's so I can remember my own name, but it's the second time it's happened. I went to bed with my name tag still on because I slept in the same shirt I wore to work. And when I woke up this morning, I reached over to scratch my chest, and I felt that tag, and I'm like, well, I'm glad that didn't come undone and stick me. That would have not been fun.
Mm.
And speaking of, where did I put? Oh, there it is.
I can just imagine that. Ooh.
Yeah, because it's not one of the magnetic kind. I used to have one of those magnetic name tags when I worked for the limo company. Where you can put it like the magnet inside your pocket and then it clips to the magnet. But no, this is one of the old-fashioned safety pin type name tags.
Yeah, the one where you gotta pull your shirt way out there in order to put it on.
And stick it to the
don't.
Yeah, if that had come undone, it would not have been a pleasant experience. And me being on blood thinners, I bleed like a stuck pig anyway, just with the slightest little prick. That would have, yeah.
I don't like that acupuncture.
No, not at all. So how you been though, buddy? Enough about me. How you been?
I've been doing good, besides, like the wild catering that we were doing for the holidays. I had a great Thanksgiving. Well, almost a great Thanksgiving, despite the game and stuff like that.
Oh, that's right. But you do catering, so I imagine you were busy.
Ooh-wee. Man, this Thanksgiving was wild. So I'm just glad I had the holiday part off, but they did like a pre-Thanksgiving thing where it's like, we made like the earlier parts of the food, like the cakes and things like that, and then like set it up for like the turkeys and the hams that they were going to do like for tomorrow. All they had to do was just cook them off.
Right.
Like now that that's out of the way, now we're getting ready for Christmas, and oh my man,
yeah,
that's when the wild is going to come out, things like that. But like I said, they pay good, like they get a lot of people they'll tip, especially like the catering on the Christmas parties where the doctors and things like that are drinking. Oh yeah, man, they throw some money.
Yeah, I know exactly what you are talking about. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this before. At one time in my life, I considered becoming a chef, and I was actually training to be a chef. And then I realized I really didn't want to do that for work. I didn't like it as much as I thought I would, because it is a lot of work. Especially if you get into something like that, like a convention or something. I worked for a hotel, a pretty major hotel, and I worked the overnight shift. So I had to set everything up for the daytime crew to come in and cook it. So, and I know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
If it was ribs or whatever they were doing for whatever that convention, for that banquet, I had to get it all set up the night before. So, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. That's why I say, like if you ever gonna be a chef and things like that, especially around my, age zone, things like that, do it for like catering events and like all that right there. Because if you cook for a restaurant, you are going to go insane, man. I see why Gordon Ramsay is one of the mean.
Oh, absolutely.
If you have to deal with some of the people, man, that they will make you want to choke slam them.
Kyler, I've been a short order cook. I was a good short order cook. I could keep several orders in my brain. At that time, I was much younger. Don't know if I could do it now, but I could keep several orders in my brain at one time.
Oh no, I hurt somebody.
And I used to make the waitresses mad because I worked the third shift, so you get all the drunks after the bars close.
Oh God!
And they would tip me instead of their waitress. They'd be like, "Well, why should I tip you? You didn't make it. He made it." I'd always split it with them, with the waitresses,
Hmm.
just to be fair. But yeah, and come to find out, me quitting that job uh, um, might have been Providence, because it wasn't too much longer. Just a few months later, a jet airplane flew through that hotel and demolished it.
Oh, dang.
I'm not kidding. I'm not joking. It was a fighter jet. Um, it was an Air Force fighter jet, and the pilot lost control of it and bailed. And the jet come down, bounced off the top of the bank building. Didn't hurt the bank building. Skimmed right off the top of it and flew right through the second and third stories of that hotel.
Hmm. Tell me
And
that thing was empty.
yeah, didn't hurt a soul.
Whew.
Did not hurt a soul. There were people there, but there was no one where it hit. Did not hurt
Oh,
a person.
I said, good.
Yeah. But yeah, so maybe it might have been Providence. Might have helped keep me from getting my butt killed. And there's still just a big parking lot there where it used to sit. They didn't rebuild it. So, but
Yeah, it is. Cut the losses. But
yeah,
yeah, it's like, besides like doing the catering, had a good Thanksgiving with the family and things like that. I didn't go out for Black Friday because I had to work that morning, but I did shopping online, which was way much better. Cause I heard the stories and things like that, and oh my God, your typical Black Friday, like you got people out there running each other over, causing chaos and all in the stores.
you could not pay me enough to go shopping on Black Friday.
Mm.
I don't like to shop anyway, unless we're talking fishing equipment and stuff or something like that. I don't like to shop anyway. You couldn't pay me enough to go out on a Black Friday. No
Oh,
way.
that's
I'd be
what I'm saying.
I'd be
Crazy.
hurting somebody. Hey, don't lie. Somebody gonna get punched.
And I've actually been out. I've actually been out in the Walmart like doing Black Friday, like when I was in Minnesota with my girlfriend, and you're like, man, it's usually the women. I'm like,
Oh yeah.
they go crazy trying to get them things. I'm like, we'll literally fight each other.
Oh, there's tons of video out there of Black Friday madness, and you see women getting down on the floor and pulling hair and wrestling over some item they both want, and women running up snatching things out of little kids' hands because they want it,
Mm.
and stuff. I'm like, you guys are nuts. No, ain't no freaking way.
I
None.
said, yeah, my shopping is online. Like I said, I mean, I get it right then and there, but I know I'm gonna get it at the same price still, and I ain't
Yeah.
have to, somebody for it.
So you're involved with cooking, and we talked about it earlier. I've been involved with cooking. How the heck did they get that turkey so black in that tweet?
I wonder. It had to been in there for so long. They forgot it was up in there and they fell asleep. It was
Yeah, but
only until the smoke alarm went
it
off.
didn't really look like it was burnt per se, though, because it wasn't wrinkled. It was smooth as could
Uh,
be, but
that
man,
I'm
it was
saying
black.
that or they spray painted.
Yeah. Food dye, maybe. Yeah, might have been.
Yeah. But I'm like, God, that turkey was just straight crisp.
I have never seen anything like that. I'm like, oh my gosh. And I've seen some burnt turkeys over the years.
Man.
That was no. But yeah, ate my daughter made a really good turkey. It was just falling off the bone. It
Mm.
was really tender, and ate my fill of that. And of course, she made a ham too, because we usually do. We usually make both a turkey and a ham, and
Mhm.
just went crazy. Ate till I couldn't eat no more, and then I ate some more.
Oh yeah. Woo, the food coma.
Hmm.
And of course there's the leftovers, which I'm still enjoying.
Oh heck yeah, we brought the ham home with us because her and her
Mm.
bunch won't eat much ham, and I'm like, oh, give it to me. Up. Speaking of, there's my son J Kid. Both are made because turkey is garbage. Yes, I know that's why it's made. It's for you. I know because he doesn't like turkey.
I'm not a fan of turkey.
You know, no, he's not a fan of turkey. And sorry we took it home, but Boo said to take it home, so we took it home. That's what we call our youngest daughter is Boo. So it's kind of a joke on the fact that she was born 2 years after my wife had her tubes tied. So she was kind of a boo boo. So for short, we call her Boo. Uh, but yeah, J Kid out in the tent. Everybody say hi to him because everybody's been missing you, bub. Everybody
What
asks,
up,
"Where's J
JK?
Kid?" Yeah, everybody's where's J Kid, and I said, "I don't know." He don't talk much to me. He kind of keeps to himself. Uh, I don't know. I've seen you eat a lot. But anyway, yeah. And that's one of the things I'm thankful for, that I live in America where we have a holiday that's just all about eating all the food.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I know Canada has Thanksgiving too. I know, I'm aware of that.
Even though, like I said, like television wise and everywhere else in the stores and things like that, it's not really celebrated, but it's like at least the grocery stores know that, oh yeah, man, we finna sell a lot of food this month.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because you know what, the other businesses, as soon as Halloween is over, the first thing they do is they start pulling out all the Christmas gear. Like, really? Yeah, we ain't even had turkey yet. Why y'all pulling out this Christmas stuff?
Yeah. Oh, I know. I know. There's people here in my neighborhood that have already had the Christmas lights up before it was even Thanksgiving. And I'm like, are you guys kidding me? Seriously? Can't you wait till at least Thanksgiving? You know? Because earliest in my mind, the earliest the Christmas stuff needs to go up is the day after Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
And it needs to be down by New Year's. But I'm a ball humbug, so what do I know?
Oh, there was some, like I said, like they the minute they put them up, like I said, they ain't taking them down since. They just know all they gotta do is just plug them up.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just like, no. I doubt we'll even put up a tree this year because my understanding, Christmas is at Mama Minnie's house in Michigan this year. So I doubt we'll even put up anything at all. Unless I
That's
get out.
anything, grab a few lights.
Yeah. Well, I might pull out my redneck tree. I do have a redneck tree for Christmas. And it's not out right now, or I'd show you a picture of it. But it's a plunger, a toilet plunger. It's a literal toilet plunger with the plunger part still on it, with little sticks sticking out of it, and for ornaments, it's got Budweiser caps. It's my redneck tree. And yes, Mama Minnie bought it for me. Absolutely. Yeah. So
The Bubba J tree.
Yep. Bubba J tree. Yep. But that's probably my favorite Christmas decoration that I own is my redneck tree. Jack Gunsky says, "Why are Christmas fans so pushy if you're not absolutely pathological about the holiday?" I don't know, Jack. I'm with you. And I apologize. I know some of you guys love the holidays. I don't. I'm one of those people that the holiday season makes me very nervous and on edge. I just don't like it. The only reason I even celebrate it anymore is because of my grandkids. And I do love watching my grandkids open their presents. That just makes it all worth it right there. But if it weren't for that, I wouldn't even celebrate it, period. Just not a holiday person. Sorry. I'm not. And, I know some of you are, and good for you. But leave me alone. I'm not.
All right, you redneck Scrooge.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And I've been like that most of my life, Pat. Even when I was a younger adult. Of course, I loved Christmas as a kid. But even as a kid, people will think, well, I don't think he liked what we got him because I don't know how to show proper gratitude and emotion when I open a gift.
Mhm.
And because I'm like, at best, I'm like, well, okay, thank you. And that's about the most you're going to get out of me. It's not that I don't appreciate it. I just don't know how to show it, And yeah, J-Kiss is the only holiday worth of is 2 weeks past Christmas. Folks, he's talking about his birthday. Because his birthday is January 12th. So he was actually supposed to be born on Christmas, but he refused to get out. He liked it where he was at the moment. No, I'm not getting out there in the world. It's scary. But yeah, the only thing worth it for me is watching my grandkids enjoy themselves and get excited. That's worth it. That just tickles me to death. But
I'm just waiting for my kids to have. I'm just waiting for my kids to have kids so I can get sweet revenge because I'm gonna get them every noisy Christmas gift I can.
You know it. My parents pulled it on me. They got my kids everything that made noise. I remember when J Kid was quite young, he had this battery operated ray gun that had like 20 different noises it would make when you pulled the trigger.
All that.
It just was. I'm like, oh my God. And I told my wife, I said, I'm going to wait till he falls asleep and I'm going to pull the batteries out of that thing. And if it wasn't that, it was stuff with sparkles. Now, if you've got little girls, you know what I'm talking about. And they get these little sparkle kits or anything with sparkles, the glitter.
Oh, the glitter gets everywhere.
It gets freaking everywhere. We lived in a house that a year later, we were still picking glitter out between the floorboards after they got that thing. Or things that need assembled. There was one Christmas that J Kid got a little big wheel. You know what I'm talking about, the tricycle, big wheel. And I had to put, it didn't come assembled. And I spent that entire Christmas in the hallway putting that big wheel together because he wanted to ride it. The entire Christmas I missed because I was assembling that tricycle. I'm like
Mom,
thanks,
Dad,
Mom and Dad. Yeah. And we got our revenge, on our kids. Yeah, we did. Well, I'll admit it, but not as much as we could have because at different times our grandkids would live with us. So we didn't want to put up with that. So Jake says it's not glitter, it's craft herpes. I hate glitter. And Pat is right. I don't know how it does it, but that stuff will find its way to every crack and crevice of your house in every room. I don't know how it does it, but it does.
I mean, you can't sweep it up. You can't vacuum it. I'm like, it's there.
It's like, I used to be in mechanics, and in mechanic, there's a graphite lubricant. It's silver in color, and it has graphite in it. Very slick stuff. You'd often put it on brake pins for brake calipers, stuff like that. Things that need to be very slippery for a long time. But you had to be very careful with it because if you got it on your skin, somehow it would end up all over your body. I don't know how it did it, but it would end up all over you. This silver, the lubricant come in a jar and you brushed it on with a brush and it was silver, glittery looking. And that stuff would just get everywhere. Great stuff. Absolutely fantastic lubricant. You could put that on brake pins for the calipers and they would stay lubricated forever. But man, it would get all over you. And it was hard to get off. Drive shafts, yeah. It's great stuff, but whew, it would make a mess.
Mm-hmm. But fun times.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Um, but why are you here? And there's no dislike on the stream. I'm disappointed. Yeah, he's been kind of slipping the last few. JK, give me a break because I haven't been able to stream as much as I would like. Cynical, Cynical Lindsay says, not gonna lie, I was nuts for glitter. I'd put it on my face as a part of my makeup in my teens. Yeah, seen a lot of girls that would do that. Yeah, I hate glitter.
Yeah, the glitter, the lip gloss, the stickers, and the little what are those little things that they can just mark themselves with the stars?
Oh yeah.
I've seen a lot of that.
I hate glitter. I raised 2 daughters, and 7 of my 10 grandkids are girls. So yeah. Yeah. Which I'm dreading that this new Frozen movie come out. Because when the first one come out, I had to, with 7 granddaughters, I had to listen to the songs from that movie for years to come, over and over.
Let it go.
Let it go. Let it go. Oh Lord. That and the Snowman song.
Oh God.
And then Mama Minnie, one of her girls, had a battery operated this what was the snowman's name from that movie? I forget.
Dang. It's something.
But it would sing that song. I'm like, no, take the batteries out. No. Olaf. Thank you, J Kid.
Oh yeah.
Oh, good Lord. Yeah. So yeah, I just can't wait till my granddaughters start to see the second movie. And I'm sure they will. Trying to read
right now with Disney, I'm saying the way they've been doing right now between the Disney Plus thing, which I heard the Mandalorian is going great, but with all the recent movies that they got coming out now, like I said, between Frozen 2 and of course the rise of Mirror Stew and all that right there, it's like, oh God. I don't even know what to say about Star Wars franchise anymore, except I ain't watching it.
No, yeah. The only wisdom that J Kid would bring to the stream is telling you all F you. I'm telling you. I love him to death. He's my son, but he's not the nicest of people most of the time.
Yeah, I've been hearing the Mandalorian was I'm saying has been great. Like the episodes they've been dropping down and all that right there.
Yeah, my youngest daughter got the Disney Plus on her cable package, I guess, and I was trying to talk her into watching it, but we ended up watching a pretty good movie in my book on Thanksgiving. We watched Roger Rabbit, so, and I do love the movie Roger Rabbit, but yeah, was trying to talk her into watching it because I've heard good things about it. I guess there's only like 3 episodes out right now. I guess that Disney Plus does not do like Netflix and give you the whole season at one time. But yeah. Anyway, you know how this works, Pat. You know there comes a time in every stream where the old man has to go empty the old radiator. And weird now at that time. So, excuse me, cough a lung up there. So if you could entertain chat best you can for a little bit, I've got to run off to the old man's room. So I'll
All
be,
right, I'll do my best.
I'll be right back.
All right. And like as always, people, if you like Bloodwind, like we always do, man, do us all a favor, share the stream, hit that like, subscribe to the channel and all that right there, and make sure, like, to donate to the stream loud because, now that he's got a job and things like that, it still doesn't hurt to, show him that, how much we like him and things like that to donate and all that right there. But meanwhile, let's see what all we got to say. With everybody out there right there, I know it was talking about the whole Disney Plus and all that right there. But yeah, like I was saying in the chat earlier, like I don't know if a lot of people know this, but like the whole Jessica Kwan thing, I have still been laughing about that right there. Yeah, I just heard today that yeah, she got the boot from Newsweek for making that boo boo about President Trump that she did. So it's funny, but yet it is, y'all know. I don't know what to say. It's kind of well deserved because you know how these people get, man. Like when they get on their when they get on their anti, Trump bias and all that right there. It's like at least get the facts first before you start pumping out this fake news, man. I'm like, that's what people are getting tired of. And honestly, I think he did that stuff right there because he knew one of those idiots was gonna buy into it and things like that. And well, I'm gonna wait the Bloodwing come back to read that off. They cryptic with the super chat. Oh, I'm going silent right there, but yeah, I know J Kid. Like I said, I'm saying, facts don't mean nothing to journalism right now. All it is about, like I said, Orange Man bad, Trump bad, this bad, all that bad right there. Because we said so, and y'all need to listen to us because we know better than you. Hey, like I said, you gotta love today's journalism. I kind of wonder, man, if we didn't have the internet today, man, how much would journalism get away with?
Oh, hard to tell. Hard to tell. I mean, and I mean, you're not my age, but you are older.
Mhm.
And you remember, I'm sure, what it was like in the days before the internet. And, things are instantaneous now. Oh, I had a
Mhm.
super chat while I was
Yeah.
away. Thank you, Cryptic. I don't know if Pat wrote it out, but wear diaper, old man. You're close to that age.
Nah,
Yeah.
I wait till you get back.
Shut up, Cryptic. Slant eye.
But yeah, it just makes you wonder now. Before the internet came up, man, how much did a mainstream media get away with? Like like if you look back on a lot of things now, like I remember when they said this right here. They said such and such did this, but that turned out to be a lie.
Yeah.
Cause just think of how many times they got caught, like trying to sell a lot of things like that. From the Covington Kids thing to the cereal thing where they had that one video talking about, oh my God, look what's going on in Syria right now. But it turned out to be like a video from what, Kentucky or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
I remember that. Yeah. Yeah. I don't trust any media, and that goes for CNN and Fox News. It don't
Yeah,
matter
because
which side they're on.
I give Fox like what 90%,
Yeah.
like yeah, compared to CNN, it's like I don't believe nothing CNN pumps out right there because I already know
When
they got
when
a bias and Fox got a bias too, but it's like
Yeah. I tend to get my information when I research, when I want my news, I look at both sides and
mhm.
then figure the truth is somewhere in between.
Oh
uh,
yeah, Knob Creek, Kentucky.
uh,
Speaking of Knob Creek, they've been you know that one whiskey like called Knob Creek. They've
yeah,
been throwing down some tweets that have been making me hungry. Like they had one man where they got that big, juicy, gigantic steak on the grill, and I'm like, man, man, man.
yeah. Thank you, Cryptic, for the donation, helping J Kid from having to clean you up. Let me fill you in. J Kid wouldn't clean me up. I'm in trouble when I get that age.
Oh,
Because they're just My kids are just going to stick me in a corner and leave me there somewhere.
You have to do something because I already told I ain't going to no nursing home. You try to go, you try to put me in a nursing home, I'm gonna tear your tail up.
But yeah, I've actually been to Knob Creek. It was years ago. But you know, my family's from Kentucky, so I've been all over Kentucky. But I can't remember exactly when it was, but I have been to Knob Creek.
Yeah, but like how I was saying earlier, like I don't know, did you see the tweet about the about where no, not what Newsweek had at first they had published like a article saying like, like, oh, what's Trump doing this Thanksgiving, like, tweeting, golfing and other things right there. But it turned out he actually made a surprise trip to go to Afghanistan to have Thanksgiving with the troops.
Yeah, I saw
So,
that.
so by the time they found that out, it was like, oops.
Yeah.
So the woman who did it, like, she became like the laughing stock of the internet. And I mean, people let her have it.
Yeah. But she made it sound like, well, it was an easy mistake to make. Really?
No.
Yeah, it was easy if you didn't check your facts, I guess.
Yeah.
But
I give it up to her for owning up to a mistake because, a lot of them wouldn't do it. Like a lot where he could have did that, and it doesn't, how they go right there. But she owned up to it. But from what I heard today, man, yeah, she got the boot.
Yeah. Jay Kiss is the only thing I really want to watch on Disney Plus right now is Willow. Yeah, you were talking about Willow on Thanksgiving. Yeah.
Wait, the Willow back in the day, like
yeah.
Oh yeah, I like that show.
Yeah, he really likes it too. But cynical is this is Willow Heart. But yeah, she was scrolling through, showing me what shows they had on Disney Plus. And a lot of it looked pretty good, and of course, all the Star Wars were there, and all of that, and all the Marvel stuff, But I kind of hate that that's the only place to watch it, though. Because
it's like up to date. They got like a lot of old school.
It's pretty much up to date, seems like, from what I've seen. I kind of hate that though, because I don't have it, and I'm not going to spend the extra money to get it on my cable, because I keep my cable pretty basic. I really only have it just to get the internet. But you could, up to then, you could at least catch some of the Marvel movies on Netflix or whatever. But now that Disney Plus is out, that's not going to be the case.
Yeah, I still got Netflix because it's got a lot of the anime I like to watch.
Yeah. But
so me, it's like when it comes to Disney, I'm a big fan of old school Disney. Like I'm saying, like the old school cartoons that used to come on and things like that before they start doing all these reboots. And
yeah, they got a lot of the old school stuff on there too. There was Fantasia and so not just cartoons, but like shows like Old Yeller and stuff like that. On
like
there
me,
too.
I think my favorite Disney movie was Robin Hood. Like like the animal Robin Hood, where it had like Robin as the fox, and he had like Baloo like playing like Lil Jon and all that, right?
Yeah.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite Disney movie of all time.
Yeah. I don't know. I might look into it, see how much it is, and maybe. But like I said earlier about, StreamYard's wanting me to upgrade to, a paid account, which I wouldn't have any problem do, because I think they're a really great service and they have really good customer service, and I do appreciate them. I wouldn't have any problem if I had the money. I just don't. And they actually offered me a very good deal. It's usually like $25 a month for the basic, and they were offering it to me for $16 a month if I'd have took it. But I just don't want to commit to a monthly bill that, I'm only working part-time, people.
No.
That's not a lot of money.
Now, I wonder what that's going to be like with Monkey now, because they use StreamYards too, don't they?
Yeah, he uses StreamYard. I think Monkey might have a basic account because he's got his his icon, the monkey face, up in the corner instead of the duck. And you can't do that without paying for it.
All right, so I think Monkey like paying for it. I don't know if
Yeah.
Scribe and Seth gonna do it, but 9 to 10, they probably end up doing it.
And they have two different levels of that you can pay for. They have the basic and the advanced. I don't know
Mm.
why anybody really would need more than the basic, because the stuff you get with the basic is really all you need.
I
But
think it's like for like the people who are like, really, really up there and stuff like that, that are the big time, the big time streamers, and I do mean big time.
yeah, and also you have two ways that you could. Sorry, what's it? Oh, I forgot. Usually garbage day is Friday for us here, but since there was a holiday, it was pushed to Saturday, and somebody was rolling their garbage cans back up to their house, and I heard it. I'm like, what the heck is that? Distracted me for a second because it was making a lot of noise. They have two ways you can pay for it. You can pay for it by the year, which saves you some money, but that's like $200,
Yeah.
and I ain't got 200 extra bucks laying around not being used. That's a fact. Or you can pay for it by the month. But yeah, I wouldn't have any problem paying for it because I do appreciate their service.
Mm-hmm.
I
It's
like
a good service.
StreamYards, and I have no problem with it takes money to maintain such a thing.
Yeah.
I get that. I wouldn't have no problem paying for it if I had the money. I just don't right now, and I'm sorry, StreamYards. I love you, but I don't have the money right now.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Plus, like with that thing right now, unlike how it was with Hangouts, like I think you can only stream for like 8 hours, but it's like with this one right here, it's like you can go like for however long you can, because like remember the Squeedy stream when Squish went into labor and Seth had to leave with
Yeah.
he was on his thing right there. I think that whole thing, how long did that go? Like when it was all said and done, I think like what?
I don't know. It had to be like 15 hours or something like that because it was still going in the morning when I woke up.
Hmm. I think it was all together was like 15, 16 hours, but he had to cut out some of it because like I think 4 hours of it was like basically like dead air because everybody had went to sleep before Monkey had to jump back on it just to get like the updates.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like they just like it won't shut off. It'll just keep on going until you just finally
Yeah.
turn it off yourself.
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah.
what like Mama Satsu had to end up going to turn it off.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's actually been helpful to me because with my crappy old laptop, I never know when it's going to decide to crash in the middle of a stream. And
Mm.
with the way that it was before when we were all using Hangouts, if you didn't get back within, I think it was like 5 minutes, it would shut the
Oh yeah.
stream down on you.
Hmm.
If the person running the stream crashed and if they didn't get back. And with my old laptop, it takes a good 5 minutes for it to load everything back up, So I would have been screwed.
Yeah, but this one right here, like it just keeps coming until you come back and you exit out yourself.
Yep. Yep.
So yeah, this is good service right there. So it's well worth the money.
Yeah. And that issue I was having that day where everybody was having a blast by yeeting me off the internet with every donation. Y'all remember that day? Yeah. Yeah. Freaking jerks. uh, uh, when I didn't even ask StreamYards about it. I figured, why bother? Somebody else will tell them about it. Come to find out, it only affected like a dozen people. I just
Hmm.
happened to be one of them. And they actually contacted me and said, hey, we understand you had a problem and we fixed it. Just wanted to let you know. I'm like,
Oh, and Cryptic and them, they just love that day.
oh, yeah, they did. They did. And I'm just joking with y'all. I would have done the same thing had it not been me. Had it not been me. Uh,
Oh man. Can you imagine that happening to Monkey and them right there? Like every time Scribe got to reading something, somebody just like donated it.
Scribe's head would have exploded. You know him. His head would have exploded right off his shoulders.
Scribe would have been like, fuck it.
J Kid, yeah, you missed that day. There was a glitch in Streamlabs, and every time somebody would super chat, it would kick everybody off the stream. Just shut the stream down, empty it out. Now all I had to do was reset it, and and we'd be right back. I did make it that, like, look, if you guys are going to keep doing this and you eat me off the stream, you're going to have to make it worth my while and make it at least a bigger donation. Mm-hmm. I can't remember if I said $5 or $10. I think it was $10. But you're going to have to make it worth my while if you're going to keep doing this. Yeah, you missed that. You can't do it anymore. It was just that one day. It was a glitch that one day, J-Kid.
You missed it, J-Kid.
Yeah. See what happens when you don't hang out with us? Oh, Alex. Okay. Yeah, sure. Take care of the family, dude. They always come first, but I'll keep an eye on stream guards, or try to.
Oh, Alex in the chat.
Yeah. Kyler says, best $10 I ever spent. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. That's the only reason I'm here, is to entertain you guys, and I'll be entertaining one way or another, even if it means getting bounced off the internet over and over.
Yeah, speaking of Alex, boy, he got a wild one. God.
Oh, the latest girl he's hooked into. Ooh. Yeah, I understand.
I call she's Joy Sparkle 2.0, but man, she's worse.
Well, Joy Sparkles was bad enough.
Now we got an evil twin, and this one is nuts.
Oh my! I bet Alex is asking himself, "What the heck did I hook into here?"
Oh, he's having a field day with her, man. I think it's like the more she wig out, the more he just like, oh man, I'm gonna poke this hornet's nest as much as I can.
Yeah.
I don't know what's gonna happen. It's either she's gonna go nuts, or he's gonna
yeah.
Or he's gonna be like later on, like, oh man, what did I do?
Exactly. Yeah, I've been pretty much out of the loop the last couple of weeks. You all know that. And for good reason, because I went back to work, and I was working full time there for a couple of weeks, which I did get my first paycheck. They pay on a debit card, and you have to go check I don't really like that. They don't give you a check; it goes on a card, and you don't even get a check stub telling you how much taxes and stuff they took out. I don't really like that, but it's the way they do it.
Oh yeah, that's how mine is. I have to check online.
Yeah, and I logged into the website online and found out that I did get paid this Friday, and it was a pretty decent pay, but we're talking 2 weeks of full time work, and I'm not going to be working full time every week, so. Mm-hmm. But it was pretty decent. I did get paid. They don't hold back a week, evidently, so like a lot of places do. J Kid says, yeah, that's the direction most places are going nowadays. Yeah, I'm aware of that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I still don't like it, though. I don't like it.
Trying to go green, go paperless, and all that right there.
I like that physical pay stub. Even if I have direct deposit or whatever, I like a physical pay stub I can hold in my hand and look at and see, okay, how much taxes did they take out? What are they taking out of my check? But I'll learn to deal with it, I suppose. Won't have any choice. And Alex says, every single anti-SJW video I made was completely pointless. I don't go into these things expecting change, merely hoping for it. I don't know that I would call it pointless, but yeah, we were just a small voice.
Mm-hmm. Most of the people we talk about is like, it's like they're never going to change. It's just what
Yeah.
But it does feel good, like, calling out their BS and things like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it exactly pointless. I never made a video on somebody that I expected to change my mind because I made a video about them
Mm.
to change their mind. But, it was, if they're going to put their information out there, I'm going to put out the opposite. So other people can make up their mind. So yeah, I
Yeah.
wouldn't exactly call it pointless.
I've managed to change a couple of people's minds, like I said, out of the thousands of out of the thousands of SJWs I've talked about. But it's like there have been a couple out there. They saw my videos, and I'm like, yeah, I see it from your point of view right there. I understand.
Well, if I'm not getting the context, Alex, when you get on the stream finally, then you can explain it, okay? Call me old man. I'll smack you right up. I'll pork chop you so hard, your kids will wake up with a headache. What do you think about that? Huh?
Oh, fighting words. I haven't heard fighting words like that since Roland Linear dissed my Popeyes. I'm still waiting for her.
Is that the debate you were talking about on on
That's
Twitter?
what I said. Come out here. What should I talk about? Like I said, yeah, why haven't you debated me? It'd be funny, man, if one of these days I said that right there, she'd be like, all right, it's on. What? If we did it though, like I said, it would just be all comedy. Like I said, if anything, like I said, we get Monkey on there too, because oh man.
Yeah. Well, I know you're Popeyes, right? You love the Popeyes chicken.
Yeah,
I go KFC, but there's a good reason I go KFC. I do like KFC. I do. I like the taste of their coating, but I can't do the other ones like Popeyes or Churches because they're too crunchy and my teeth won't handle it. My teeth won't do it. Just can't do it.
Now, don't get me wrong. I like KFC too, but when it comes to my Popeyes, if I have to pick one of the two, you already know where I'm going.
Yeah, it's not that I don't like Popeyes or Churches or whatever other chicken place you can name. It's just that their coating tends to be too crunchy for my rotten old teeth, unfortunately. And so I end up having to pick the coating off of it and eat it.
And besides that chicken breast being juicy and tasting so good, I still don't know what it is about that chicken sandwich that's got them going nuts.
Yeah, I haven't had it, so I don't know.
It's good, man. I mean, it is, man. But it ain't worth beating somebody down and stabbing and God.
I don't know. I don't know. Don't get me wrong. I like a good chicken sandwich. I do like a good chicken sandwich. And honestly, one of my favorite chicken sandwiches is from Rally's. Rally's or Checkers, depending on where you live, is what it's called, is known for cheap food. But their spicy chicken sandwich, and I always have them put cheese on it, is good. Really good, at least in my opinion. And they're cheap, so, and I'm all about the cheap. If I could save money, yeah, give it to me. You just got to check. If you go to Rallies, you got to check your order after. You should always do that. Folks, when you go to a takeout and you order your food at the window, always check your order. I tell my wife that every time, and she's always coming home. Oh, I got the order wrong. How many times have I told you you'll always sit there and check your order, or at least pull up a little bit and then stop and check your order? Do not leave the premises till you check your order, because they hire high school kids and other people that aren't the brightest in the world, and they're going to get it wrong.
And there is one place, like I said, I still haven't checked out yet, and I want to ever since like people like Adam and his Apple that brought it up, and I found out the only place where it exists is Chicago, and that is Nando's. And I've heard from like Thorn Midnight, she said that place is good right there. So I'm like, man, I gotta make a special trip to Chicago one day just to go tried Nando's and that Chicago style pizza.
Well, that's quite a trip for you from down there in Texas. Now it's not so bad for me. Chicago is about a 3.5 to 4 hour drive for me, so not too bad.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to jump on a plane.
Yeah. Well, it's not a drive that I relish making because the route I have to take, you do have to take a toll road. It's really the only way there from here. And oh my gosh. And those Chicago drivers, they're a whole different breed. They are a whole different breed. I'm talking, lane changing, even if there's no space there, because they'll figure you'll move. They'll just start coming over, whether there's a space there or not. And you're lucky if they even signal that they're changing lanes. They just start coming over because they have this idea that you're going to move out of the way. So here I come. But
I said, yeah, Trent. I heard it's like in the UK, it's in Africa, and it's like places like that. But it's like they said there's one down here in Chicago, and it's like,
yeah, I've heard good stuff about Nando's. I've heard Alex talk about it, I think.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Sean.
it's a place I gotta try.
Chicago drivers are a whole different breed. They are. I went there one time with my brother-in-law, and my brother-in-law, God love him, he's a great guy. Great guy. Just give you the shirt right off your back. And nobody is better to seeing about my dad than he is. He just, and he's his son-in-law. He's not even his real son. But he's real good about seeing about dad and all this stuff. Great guy. Lousy driver. Lousy driver. He is one of those drivers. Uh-oh. Get the echo.
Get echo. Shut up. If I have to, I might have to go like that. Realize that, right?
Hey, well,
Hey.
take care of you, man. I understand that.
Still echo.
He's plugging her in. But he's the kind of a driver that he thinks that if you're in the back seat and he talks to you while you're driving, he has to turn around and look at you.
The guy.
Yeah, watch the road. Yeah, so with that and Chicago drivers being nuts anyway, I spent most of the trip scared out of my mind. Scared out of my mind. How you doing, Alex?
I'm not too bad, mate. How are you?
Not too bad. Not too bad.
You don't understand. You don't even understand. I'm afraid of you, motherfuckers. You see, Pat got that one.
Yeah. Burn it. In peace. The only burning I like.
I can't hear properly. Let me turn you up a bit. What are you saying?
All right, can you hear me now?
Yeah. It's my end, not you.
The only burning I like.
Yeah, that's right. Oh my God. It's been nuts. My job has the benefit of working 4 days on, 4 nights on, 4 off. So I effectively work 6 months out of the year. So if I book 4 nights off, I effectively have 12 days off. And you probably saw that my last 4 on was exceptionally stressful due to being left alone for 3 of those 4 night shifts. So as you can imagine, it was a bit crazy. And also there was an incident on the last one as well. But luckily, I didn't lose my job. Yeah, it was a bit crazy. But in this time that I've had off, I ain't had time to chill. Just because of content and stuff, and this video that I'm doing at the moment. I don't know. I think it's a better part of 5 days, and it isn't done yet because this bitch is you get that super chat.
Oh, got a super chat? Okay. It wasn't showing up on my screen yet. Thank you, Cryptic, for the donation. Money well spent to be immature. Oh, going back to the day that you guys were booting me off the stream. Yeah, I get it.
Agree. So Pat mentioned to you about Shani for Christ. It's the lady that I've been having a couple of issues with in the last couple of days in particular. She does not like me. She hates me. she wished death upon my friend Callie, and she told me that my marriage was going to fall apart in 6 months' time.
a pox upon your family.
Yeah, she got all witchcrafty about that shit, and she claims to be a Christian. Bloodwing, if you watched her content, you would explode with rage. I know you because you're a good Christian guy, and she is a shit Christian woman, and she keeps using her Christian values and her mental health problems as a shield against any kind of criticism. So when we call her out for being a racist, which she is a racist, when we call her out for acting like a scumbag, and she is a scumbag, she can't handle it. So she goes off on these massive tangents. The last video that was a live stream on Twitter. And she knew to do this on Twitter and not YouTube because she knows she'd get her ass flagged for it. Because she wished death upon Callie, and she wished to just ill will upon me, I guess. And she was play acting. She was putting it on. I've got BPD, and you call yourself a mental health advocate. You are not a mental health advocate. You're a liar. And she there was
if your head's that messed up, then you need to get off the internet.
And she's most likely doing all of this in front of her children as well, mind you. So, as I said, like I made a video on her. It was about an hour long. The reason why it was so goddamn long is because I was responding to her initial screech at me. It wouldn't have been as long otherwise, And then she screeched at me yesterday, and I responded to that really quickly. But the reason why she did is she knows that I'm making a content cop star video on her that's going to be huge. Huge. Because I've found out that there is an entire community of people that have been watching Shani for years. She's been doing this shit for years. Like Lindsay brought up, I'll be careful because she might do something. She won't do anything. She does this. This is her cycle. This is her cycle. She goes round and round. She's been doing it for over 5 years.
She sounds like a real nutcase. Not to change the subject because you can go right back to it afterwards, but I do want to ask the same question that Jake had said. Are those pink Pringles?
Yes, they're prawn cocktail. They're delicious.
What?
Prawn cocktail flavor.
So like shrimp cocktail.
Prawn cocktail flavor. It says prawn cocktail.
Yeah, prawns are just bigger shrimp.
Well, they're delicious, sir. They're delicious, and you should try them. I like the taste.
I doubt we even get those. We don't get the really weird flavors.
But don't you have squirrel flavor thing, especially in the red states?
No.
Speaking of bloodwing, I have to say this before I forget it. Right?
Okay.
During my research, I put out the call, to say, guys, if you know anything about this crazy bitch, hit me up, and I was put into contact with this group of chaps, and they're all old men. Well, within your age range anyway. They're all boomers, basically. And I sent one of the lasses that I'm collaborating with for the video onto the stream so she could get the info she needed for her part of the video. And she went on, and because she's not assertive, these guys, they knew why she was there, but they kept going off on dementia-ridden tangents, And I was giving them some shit in the chat, and they were like, "Come on, then, Alex." And I got on there, and I spent 3 hours on their live stream because I just had a blast with those guys, and I said that they would like you.
Oh yeah,
yeah. These guys are 50 plus in terms of age. And I think you would really, really get on with them.
My age range.
One of them is even called Grampy. Yeah. And they all sound like they've had nutty life experiences like you have.
Yeah, yeah. Well, which reminds me, at my new job, I've mentioned before, one of the people I work with is 18, just barely 18. She's really young kid, which means we've got absolutely zero in common, her and I.
Yeah, I remember you saying to me last week, actually.
But I've been teasing her every time I'm around her, and just okay, millennial, because she's familiar with the okay boomer meme.
Well,
So
you got to give it back.
yeah.
You got to give it back.
And in answer to your question about the squirrel flavored, no, we don't have those, but I would totally eat them if we did.
Well, it's weird, Bloodwing, because over here, I forget, was it Walker's? Someone in the chat will remind me. I think the crisp company or potato chip company.
That's
they
right.
they brought in like 3 or 4 weird flavors for a short amount of time, and one of them was squirrel flavor.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't try it. But
yeah, you guys tend to get much different flavors than we do over here. What we would consider odd flavors compared to what we get. And Pat knows what I'm talking
do you not have salt and vinegar, cheese and onion?
We do have salt and vinegar.
Oh,
I don't know about cheese and onion.
It's ready
Well,
salted.
we got what? We got cheddar and sour cream. Like we got sour cream in that. And we did have like we had biscuit and gravy once.
Yes, I have.
Yeah. When Lay's did like Lay's did like that old little flavor challenge, and people like, man, and like some minutes.
I tried
it. They did like the little biscuit and gravy thing. It was actually good.
Yeah, I would try it. I told you guys know I want to come to America and just get fat again. You know, I'm down to like 12 stone 2 now.
You're getting scrawny. You better watch it.
Well, no, I keep looking down, right, and I'm like, there's still some chunk here. You know, there is still some chunk down there. So I'm not losing weight as rapidly as I thought I was, but yeah, there is an issue with the size of my head in comparison to my neck. I'm gonna start looking like a bubblehead if I carry.
Start calling you Big Head Alex.
Yeah, Big Head Al. But yeah, I hope you gentlemen are good. I've been having a lot of fun, but at the same time, it's also been really irritating that I haven't been able to get this video done yet.
Yeah,
because this is my time off. You know what I mean? Like I go back to work on Monday. I've got until tonight to get the video done. Before my phone was ringing there, I've got until I'm gonna be up late getting this shit done. I've got the intro done, which is split into 3 segments. And it's not as long as my other intro, so shut up before you start. The section 1, which is kind of like the brief intro, and that is done, and I've just rendered section 2, and that is basically as much of the timeline as I could create, because this bitch is nuts. Like, do you know how much of her own content she has deleted? And the thing is that there are various channels that have popped up over the years to archive her content, but even they weren't able to grab some. And there's so much drama with her; it is ridiculous. And do you know where she started?
Where?
She started in a Christian fundamentalist discussion group that was absolutely raped by the Amazing Atheist, and that's where the drama started.
Oh,
yeah, and she that's where she split off from that group, and apparently Jenny McDermott was involved in it. Would you believe?
Oh, good Lord!
Yeah, I know, right? I've got the 2 lasses that are helping me. One of them is very, very good at obtaining information, and she sent me the info, and I was like, Jenny McDermott. I haven't heard that name in a long time.
No kidding.
But I didn't see any content with Jenny in it, which was a bit disappointing.
Is that horse still around?
I think she is. I don't know. I mean, she had a go at me not too long ago, actually, for no reason. But yeah, seeing her name pop up was quite amusing. But I wasn't willing to dig even deeper just to find Jenny. Shani's life has been insane. You know, the whole racism accusations come from the fact that she was friends with a guy called G-Man, and he's like a YouTuber, he's a Christian fundamentalist chap. He's a bit dumb. He's like a rapper and stuff like that. He's too old to be doing that shit, to be honest. And he used to be like a tenant of hers and that. And because this bitch is cray cray, right? There was something to do with borrowing money and some other things as well. And because he also turned his nose up at her because she got it in her head that they were together. And then he was like, no. She got into this huge fight with him, which that live stream it's like watching two Furbies go at each other, you know, but the Furbies are violent. Like, like he's like quoting Bible verses at her. And because she's just a big, fat, foul-mouthed creature, she's going, fuck you! And all this other shit. And he's going, stop cussing on my stream! You know? And I'm like sat here going, I don't even know what's going on. You know?
Yeah.
You know? And he eventually left or whatever, and she accused him of stealing, even though she gifted him money. Like, literally gifted the fucking guy money for different things. She accused him of stealing. And then she got on a video and she was like, yeah, I called him that word because he was trying to steal my house. I'm like, how do you steal a
You don't. You don't.
Yeah, unless the house is on wheels, right?
Real quick, Lindsay, J-Kid has the same problem I do. If things are too hard, we can't eat them. He's unfortunately was cursed with my bad teeth.
It happens. I've got bad teeth.
Yeah, and while I'm saying that, this is going to be a 2p break stream, guys. It's hit me again, so I'll be right back.
It's talk of Shani that's squeezed your bladder, I think.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, she makes me want to shit, you know?
Well, I don't know about that, but I gotta go. I'll be right back.
You go do that. Pat, you've seen it. You've seen the craziness. Mate,
man,
I've had people approaching me all day today and yesterday, bringing me footage, giving me links. Just, it's been nuts. Like, I've just got another link to her being arrested, and now I have to include that in the video.
I know.
The exposed bit, right, is like section 2 where I play the Lone Star narrator because my subscribers like that, and that section was half an hour long. I crushed it down to 21 minutes, speeding up sections of it, right? I can't speed all of it up because that bitch is crazy and you need to be able to hear what she's saying. You need the context, is what I'm saying. But like, now I'm going to have to do the Lord Bear bit, including adding to his lore, because that's what the purpose of this video was to do, was to introduce the new character and add more to his lore. And then once that's done, I've got to wait for the video from the other lass who's collaborating with me and then make the last bit of the video. And that was going to be my conclusion. That was going to be sweet, short and sweet, but it's not going to be now. So by the time I get this video done, what's that, mate?
By the time you're done, it's going to be a documentary.
Mate, but the thing is I said to like my subscribers that I wanted to make a video that was on par with Toad McKinley. Because Toad McKinley, like, he made a 2.5 hour documentary video on Foodie Beauty. And
yeah, and I think the last time I seen something like that when Repsion did this shit about Joy Sparkle.
Yeah, and I want to prove to myself that I can do something like that. And I've actually, Michael will know, I'm not going to say it, but the big project that I'm going to announce at the end of the video was going to be on another YouTuber, but it's not going to be now because there's too much going on with that. So now I'm going to make it about a different YouTuber or whatever. But I wanted to make a video that was on par with Toad McKinley, but I don't know if this one is going to be. Like, I've watched his content. It's, in terms of editing wise, it's not better than mine. But in terms of research and time put in, it is. And I've had to put in an ungodly amount of time with Shani. Yeah, and I don't know if it's even going to be worth it because nobody gives a shit about Shani. Like, if this was about Amberlynn Reed, this would get me 200,000 views. I think. I think that it would. I think it'd get me 100,000 plus, 50,000 plus if it got demonetized. But it's Shani, and that's a problem.
Yeah, I had never heard of her before until you started feuding with her.
Well, this is the thing: is it didn't start with that. It started when she, you heard of Foodie Beauty,
right?
Yeah, you know who that is. You know, Chantel Marie. She decided to go standing for her on a level where she was like, "I'll be your pit bull. I'll go attack this YouTuber." You know, Callie, the Life of a Free Spirit. And like we were like, what the fuck? And then we looked into her a little bit and we're like, oh hell no, this bitch is cray cray, you know. And I watched a few of her live streams and I tried to talk to her. I've tried to talk to her several times. I watched her live streams. I spoke to her, you know, from the text in the chat, and she read what I was saying. You know, so I tried. Like I even left a comment and she replied to my comments. You know, I tried to have discourse with her, but I was at work and it was really quiet and it was like 5 o'clock in the morning or whatever, and I left a comment and I was like, you know, how about you and your husband come and stream with me? You can stream it as well. It'd be you two versus me, so you can't get jumped on. How does that sound? And we'll just have a nice discussion, you know, about the things that you've been saying on live streams, because the fact is I may have kind of changed a little bit ideologically and stuff like that, but I once was a hard right conservative, and the thing is she was trying to make hard right conservative points but was getting them wrong. Like I think I still would have made a video on it even if I was still irate bear, because the amount of fucking misinformation that woman spreads is unbelievable. It's like, seriously, like you get the most alt-right person you know and get them to watch one of her streams, and even then an alt-right person would go, what the fuck is she talking about? You know, because the things that she was saying were so wrong. And I offered, and so I was like, right, okay, we're going to have this live stream. Within 5 minutes, that's all it took, she started up another live stream, and this time she was even more unhinged. You know, she was frothing at the mouth. You know, her pupils were huge. She was really sweaty. And I was like, I can't. So I rescinded my invitation to her and that. And then I just ignored it, you know. And she came and had another crack again, a few people. And I decided to make that 1 hour video. And then she, attacked me, 3 times on Twitter? Oh, she called me a pedo enabler. That was it. Yeah, you remember that? Yeah, yeah. She if she hadn't have done that, that'd have been it. There wouldn't have been a 1 hour video, and there wouldn't be this fucking giant video. I would have gone on to make a cults video about Heaven's Gate, because that's what I wanted to do on my time off. I wanted to make a video about Heaven's Gate.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted to try my hand at something I've never done before, a true crime video. But she had to go and call me a pedo enabler, right? Because all I did was say, I don't want to make a video on an ECON yet. That was it. That's all I said. And then in she comes. And then she tried to cancel me and dogpile me. And then she started gaslighting me and accusing me of abusing her and all this other kind of shit. And that was like, right, fine, that's it. You're going to get dicked. So this will be technically the 4th video on her, but the first one wasn't dedicated to her. The first one was dedicated to Chantel Marie, but it involved Shani in the video. And I was very empathetic in the first video, very empathetic. But there were people who said to me that have come up to me and said that they saw what I was saying in the chat. That said that I was being way too nice to her. And you know me, I'll have a conversation with you, even if you have acted like a prick to me, you know. Yeah. And I really tried, and I tried several times. But she had to call me a pedo enabler, and that's not fucking on. You know, and it's not like she was saying it as a joke.
Crazy is crazy does. I mean, I guess
No, Heaven's Gate wasn't Texas; it was San Francisco.
Yeah.
And all I wanted to do, I wanted to just come home, have 12 days away from work after a shitty 4 nights on, you know, and doing overtime too, and just make a video about Heaven's Gate and spend as much time as I damn well pleased on it.
Yeah.
And that would have been fun, and it would have been interesting, because I could have come to you, Bloodwing, because no doubt that you would know a bit about it. You would, Pat, as well, because you've been doing the true crime stuff, you know, and it would have been, it could have even turned into a nice collaboration, and it would have been a good, really interesting time. But no, No. Yeah.
Yeah, Zombie Teddy, Waco, Texas is that whole David Koresh
Yeah,
thing.
that was David Koresh.
Yeah.
Heaven's Gate is super interesting, actually.
Yeah,
It's dark as fuck, like, but
it was another crazy suicide cult.
Yes, it was.
That
Yeah.
was.
And it wasn't the Kool-Aid. What was it? The cheaper stuff?
That was Jonestown right there.
Yeah, Jonestown was the Kool-Aid. Well, Flavor Aid.
Heaven's Gate was Flavor Aid as well, I think.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, Heaven's Gate didn't start as a UFO cult, which is what it turned into. It started off as a Christian kind. Even in the beginning, it wasn't really a cult as such. It was a husband and wife, and they set out to gain more followers, and then that's when it turned into a cult. And then that's when he started having dreams. What was his name? Marshall.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's when he had that dream or whatever about space aliens coming down and on behalf of God. And that's when the shit escalated from there, basically.
Yeah, Zombie Teddy, Branch Davidians. You're right. Yeah. Which Alex knows, that's why he said what he said. That is all kind of it's kind of a passion of mine, stuff like that, serial killers and all that.
I mean, I've read books on serial killers and stuff. I mean, that's why it interests me. Yeah,
I'm doing that right now.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of my content, Psycho Rick.
Exactly, I know that, and it's like, so somebody made the recommendation to me, and I was like, do you know what? Why not? I try my hand at it. Like, I rate Alex. It actually not my job anymore.
Yeah,
I'll have a go, see if I enjoy it. And I've always enjoyed. I mean, I've read loads of books on serial killers and stuff.
Yeah, well, I've often considered making content on serial killers or whatever, but I can't decide how to make it different than what everybody else does. You got to have that thing, that hook that's different than what everybody else is doing. And
yeah.
But
it was an idea that was born out of me wanting to do an SCP parody. Which I'm not too sure if I want to do at the moment, because there's been a lot of drama in the SCP community with some Russian guy trying to copyright the SCP logo and the Russian SCP website, the wiki. And I just wanted to just have like a little bit of fun and just like make fun of a YouTuber by calling them an SCP or something, and just having a bit of fun. I was never going to submit it to the wiki or anything. But I don't think it's a good idea for me to do that at the moment with the drama that's going on. So, but it was born out of that. It was born out of that because I enjoyed the SCP videos. I thought I enjoy good stories.
Right. Yeah. Well, I was watching videos. There's a series on Netflix right now about serial killers. It's hosted by what's that guy? He's from Britain.
Which one, mate? Is it Louis Theroux, whatever the guy's name is?
No. What is his name? He's real popular.
Let me go onto Netflix real quick, because I be funny if I don't have access to it.
He's a British celebrity, and I cannot remember his name right now. My head's just went blank. Anyway, I was watching it last night, so it was about 3 serial killers that he was interviewing in prison.
Interviewing?
Yeah, they allowed him to interview him. Not John Duck. No. He's on Twitter all the time. I don't always agree with everything he says, but sometimes he gets stuff right. This sucks. I really hate this part of getting old. My memory gets so weak. It's so poor. But Britain has celebrities. And thank you, Cryptic, for the donation. Serial killers. That darn Tricks Rabbit is back. Yeah. Piers Morgan, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Not Piers Morgan.
It is Piers Morgan. Like I said, I'm not necessarily a fan of Piers, but it's pretty interesting. It is pretty interesting.
Well, I mean, the only thing, like, obviously, I don't agree with him on everything either.
Right.
I think he's far too, I don't know if assertive is the right word. He's too damn nosy. He's also a bit of a knob jockey as well. I mean, he's too aggressive in his interview style.
He is, and every one of these interviews, at the end of it, you could tell he purposely, at the very end of each interview, he purposely went for the throat so that the person got upset and walked out. Every one of them.
He's brave doing that shit. Like, you know, there may the gentleman across from you may have cuffs on, but he's killed people.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know that I'd be that brave myself, even with a guard present, you know. And there was a guard present, of course, at every interview. But
I'd rather just let a serial killer sit in front of a camera and just talk.
Yeah.
You know, just give them some bullet point questions and let them get on with it, rather than be a knob.
yeah. These three that he interviewed were three that still deny that they're guilty. You know, is what made
so he goes in there and starts antagonizing them. Then,
yep.
It's not his job to do that.
But I found it interesting because they are three lesser known serial killers, and I do enjoy learning about the people I don't necessarily know a lot about. So I found that part of it. The parts of it where he dealt with facts of the case, I enjoyed.
Yeah.
His interview with the people, not necessarily, because like you said, he was a bit too in your face. He might have got more out of them if he let them talk, because most serial killers are very narcissistic. And if you let them,
mate, sorry.
Okay. If you let them talk, they're liable to say things they don't necessarily intend to, you know? But he didn't do that. He had to get in your face.
Getting in the wrong faces.
Yeah. I'm not sure that was entirely smart on his part, but yeah. Because these guys weren't cuffed. They were just sitting in a chair across from him. You know, they could reach out and grab him and probably put some hurt on him before the guard could get involved. I'm like, that's not real smart, dude.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Sorry.
These people ain't got nothing to lose either. Like, you sure you want to go there?
Yeah. So, no, that's okay, Alex. Got it. Hey, real life comes first. You know that.
Yeah. The missus has just been on the phone to the NHS helpline, the non-emergency line even. They get a call back, so I don't know what's going to happen yet. So,
yeah.
It's not an emergency. Like, he's just.
Oh, he feels better.
He's not in a good way. Like, he could degrade because of things like asthma and stuff. Plus, like, his school shut down due to the norovirus. So, so we'll have to wait and see.
That worries me a little bit about my present job, because if you've ever had a job where you handle money, you know how dirty money is.
Oh yeah, it's disgusting. It's
disgustingly dirty, and it's a good way to get sick, handling money and being, people all the time. And that I really don't want to get sick now that we're into flu season, but they do keep hand sanitizer right next to the cash register. So I can, as soon as I get done or get a break, I can rub my hands in that sanitizer.
Hey, there's Fab in the chat there. Fab Fit Geeky. She's one of the ladies who's collaborating with me. She's been exceptionally helpful.
Oh, is this one of the people that you said that I would probably like? Or
no? Well, actually, no. You would like Fab, but no. It was Fab that went on to that stream. The gentleman I was talking about was a lad called Big C, and Grampy. I forget the.
Well, hook me up sometime if I'm not working. I'll see if I can jump in. Of course, these days I never know when I'm working because my schedule rotates weeks to week. But
well, yeah, mine does as well, as you know, mate.
Yeah, mine's like yours but different. I like work.
Grampy Lobster. That's it.
Yeah. My schedule's like I'll work a day, I'm off 2. I'll work a day, I'm off 2. I work a day, I'm off 2.
Yeah.
But welcome, Fab. Welcome. I assume this is your first time in my chat of one of my live stream. Welcome. It's almost over, but I hope you enjoy what's left.
Yeah. My eldest, he's had asthma, all his life and stuff. And the last time when he was really bad was actually when I was deployed. Me being away because I'd become the first kind of like constant father type in his life. He was in the hospital the goddamn time while I was deployed. Quite a stressful time for the missus back then, but yeah.
Yeah.
J Kid.
And since you don't know FabFit Geeky, you can ignore J Kid. He's my real life son. So yeah.
He's a real life internet bully. We need to expose him.
He is that too. So if you feel free to ignore him at your leisure. So yeah, hook me up sometime if I'm not working. I'll be glad to meet some new people, jump in a stream.
Yeah, I think you'd get on with them like a house on fire, mate. Because they streamed for like 8 or 9 hours, I think.
Oh Lord, I don't know if I could do that again.
Well, no, I couldn't either. Well, I could, but
and I say again because I done that on numerous occasions on Face Mama streams, but.
Oh man, I remember those, man. Her and Faye, like, yeah, it would go. Faye would fall asleep.
It wouldn't just go while we were on the air. Sometimes it went longer off the air than it did on the air.
Yeah, it did.
Good grief. Yeah.
I remember not sleeping sometimes because of it.
Oh yeah.
But like, it's been fun, Mom. I gotta go.
I streamed with them. What was it, Fab? 3 hours. And cheers, Viper. I think I went on there for 3 hours, and I just had a blast. I mean, don't get me wrong. We went on there to get info because they'd been following Shani and her crazy husband, for years.
J Kid, I just heard a loud thunderstrike. I'm pretty sure a little bit east of here. He says I'm a sweetheart, and not sure what these accusations are about.
He's a darling, is what he is. He's a darling. Oh God, I've got listening to my voice. I've still got a recorder's Lord Bear. Hold on a second. I've got to mute myself again.
Okay. It was overall an 8-hour stream. Yeah, been there, done that. Got the T-shirt.
Oh man.
But yeah, I'm always up for meeting new people and checking stuff out. Just has to be a time when I'm not working.
Got to go, gentlemen. Thank you very much for having me on. I'll see you later.
Yeah, go see to the kid. Dude.
Right.
Bye, mate.
Bye.
All right, no.
And we're almost to the end of it anyway. So,
I need more.
J Kid, I just came for Pat. To be honest. There you go, Pat. You got a fan.
Yay. Send more. I'm trying to boost up my channels.
There you go. Yeah, go check Pat out if you don't. I know it's been a while since I've left you a comment or anything, but I do go over there and watch and stuff. I don't comment on hardly anybody's videos anymore. But I do watch sometimes.
Yeah, with many of them, like I said, I'm really having fun and trying to boost up. But now it's with their with these new rules and things like that. I'm wondering oh, what's gonna happen to this platform, man? How is this gonna work out with the whole copy?
Yeah, we're all kind of curious about that. I'm actually curious because my series Redneck Trek, which will be restarting this Tuesday. Let me remind everybody who wasn't here earlier. It's going to be on Tuesday this week, and then we'll try to get back to Sunday after that. Because of reasons, things didn't go as planned. But it's based on gameplay, so I wonder if they'll consider that animation and therefore pointed at kids, which it definitely is not. If you're wondering, my series Redneck Trek is not kid friendly, and it's not directed at kids. YouTube, hello.
And have they got it to the fact where you can actually make your whole entire channel? I'm saying, say that right there instead of not just going video after video.
Yeah, well, I think you can. But I'm not sure how that affects your monetization. That's my worry. and I don't do this because it's all about the money. You all know that. I enjoy doing what I'm doing, or I wouldn't do it. But if I could make a penny or two on the side while I'm doing it, then that's just extra. That's great.
Yeah. Right now with my Psycho Rick channel being so small, it really ain't about monetization. Right now it's about building it up until I can actually get into, the 4,000 hours or whatever they call them for and things like that in order to qualify for it. So right now it's all about building my channel up. So I'm like, but right now, my stuff is not for kids unless they're like,
I mean, you know me, I don't cuss, and it's not like that, but there's a lot of adult situations and a lot of adult innuendos in Redneck Trek. I mean, that's kind of like what old Captain BJ Hickenlooper's about, because he thinks he's God's gift to women. So a lot of innuendos in there. But it's definitely not meant for the kids. Mama Minnie asked me once if I cared if my oldest grandson watched it, and I'm like, because he's wanting to, so he wants to support his papa. But I'm like, hey, don't know. There's some stuff in there I'm not sure that would be proper for him, but keep us posted, Alex. Keep us posted, and hope he feels better. Hope he feels better. We certainly understand, all of us here.
Oh yeah,
got to take care of the kiddos. And there are far worse things in internet land that the Oreos. See, if you're still around there, see how my son is. He's calling them Oreos because they're half black and half white.
Because they're mixed.
Yep, they are mixed, and that's that's my son. He loves them though. He loves them. He's joking, but there are far worse things than they could they could watch. It was J Kid's probably the only one I could say this about. It really is a term of endearment. He says it because he loves them. But it's been so good to catch back up with you guys. With my schedule being what it has been the last 3 or 4 weeks, I've just felt so out of the loop, and only streaming once a week is just not enough. I feel like it's just been forever. Yeah, but it's good to get back and not just hopefully, I promise it will get better. At least up to 2 streams a week is what I should get back to from here on out. You'll just have to, this drives me nuts because I'm the kind of person, I like structure. I like things to be for this certain day and this certain time, and I keep to that. And I start on time and I end on time. That's just the kind of person I am. I guess you'd say I'm a control freak. And now that I'm not able to do that, I don't like it. But unfortunately, you're probably just going to have to keep an eye on Twitter if you have it, and on the channel, and it'll let you know when the streams will happen, because they're going to be all over the place. Hopefully keep it to the same days, but not always stream on that day, unfortunately. But anyway, we are at that point. Thank you, Pat, for coming in and saving my voice.
Hey, no problem. Glad to be here.
Always enjoy it when you're on. Always had a good time, and I had a good time. Hope you did too.
Oh yeah, I had a fun. Always when I come on here, we jump from topic to topic and just have a blast.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what this stream is about. It's just jumping. You never know what we're going to talk about. Could be this, could be that, could be nothing. But we'll sure talk about something. But thank you, Pat. Thank you, Alex, if you're still listening, while taking care of the kids, for being able to jump in what you did. I miss you, buddy, and I'm glad to be able to hang out anytime we can. Thank you, chat, for coming out, and those that and supporting the stream with your presence and your comments and your chats, and for those that were able to go a little bit further and give super chats and Streamlabs donation, we sure appreciate you. Absolutely. And is there anything you want to shout out, Pat?
I said just what I did earlier, like, like check me out on Your Boy Pat and on Psycho Rick right there, check out my content. If you like what I do, like, share, subscribe, try to get me up there.
Yeah. Absolutely. Go do it. Check him out. As for me, as I said, there will be a stream Tuesday. There will be a stream Thursday, but not Saturday because I do have to work. And unless something fantastic happens to keep me from it, the new episode of Redneck Trek will be out on Tuesday afternoon after the stream, probably at about the same time it would be on Sunday, about 5:30 Eastern time, probably. So be on the lookout for that. But we, as often happens, it just goes by too quick. But we are at the end of 2 hours, and especially with the new 20-hour limit that StreamYard's going to put on us all. Going to have to cut this off here. But I do appreciate you. But as always, get out of my yard.
Bye, everybody.